Alright, what's up, peeps? If you don't know me, my name is D, and I'm just gonna go over what my plan is for the week and kind of a recap of what happened last week. So, right now, I'm on the daily chart on MNQ to be specific, and it looks like we are kind of in this ranging pattern right now, and it can do kind of anything right here, I think. So, my original idea probably 2 weeks ago now was it was gonna come up here and break this resistance level and then come up here to retest these all-time highs. I think it'll still do that. It's just kind of a matter of time. What could happen in the meantime is it'll probably just kind of range either in this range right here or in the overall bigger scheme of this range. And if it ends up breaking this 200 EMA on the daily chart, well, shoot, we got a lot of room to run to the downside, but I think that would take a lot of things to happen outside of just kind of the technical analysis side of it. So my goal is to kind of trade this range and look for bounces off of these levels of support or kind of break out up into out of this resistance into this all-time high level. So that's my plan. If we look down a little bit deeper and more detailed, we got a lot of trend lines going on. So we got this trend line right here that I'm looking at. So this is going to be a bullish trend line break right here. And then right here, we have this bearish trend line right here. And it looks like a trend line break right here, but until we get a confirmation right here, then it's not confirmed for me, because overall we got this kind of stair stepping. And if you know anything about this market structure, you can see that it looks like it broke this structure, and it very well may have, right? But until we get confirmation on this level right here, we don't really know, because there's a lot of times where this is like a liquidity sweep where it'll just kind of sweep this false low right here, and then it'll continue up on its pathway up. And this is where I used to get tripped up a lot. So I'm looking for it to have a 4-hour candle closure below this level, and then I'm looking for either continuation down to this next level right here, or I'm looking for a pop back up to this resistance so that I can trade this range. I think that right now, because we are heavy in this range, I am neither bullish or bearish. I am just going to kind of look at the chart, take it day by day, and see what pops up. And overall, I'm looking at this overall trend and looking for entries on the lower time frame. Today's Sunday, and it's kind of hit or miss. I sometimes take a lot of trades on Sunday. Sometimes I don't take any trades on Sunday. It just kind of depends on the Sunday. Right now, it's looking like it wants to range. This was the first candle of the day, and then right here we have it bouncing off of this EMA on the hour. So we could see a pop off of this level right here. This is that same level right here on the 4-hour chart. So this is that level right here. And so right now it's looking like it wants to pop off of this level, and very well could have a trend line break. And if it breaks this trend line strong and continues up past this resistance, then I'm definitely thinking it's coming back up to these all-time highs. But if not, then I'm thinking we're going to range. So, and the reason that I feel strongly about, I guess not strongly, the reason that I feel like it could be more of a strong bull market than a bear market if we don't range is because we have all of this confirmation, right? So we have this level right here that's been tested a bunch of times. So it came down and it's hit this level, and this gold color is what I use for my flip zones, so to speak, where I see like it could go either way. It can go up or down, but it's pretty good support over and over and over right here. So that's why I'm pretty confident in this range, and that's why I think that if it is going to bounce, it's going to bounce to the upside. So yeah, man, that's my plan for the week. I hope that somebody catches a free play off of this, and I hope that, I catch my play off of this. This is definitely one of those weeks where you got to keep your options open. And we are, what is this? An hour and 43 minutes away from this next 4-hour candle closure. So I'm just going to keep checking and seeing if we're holding this level. And if not, then we will see. So one interesting thing that happened last week, let me see if I can switch over. So on my Apex account, I got this max excursion rule, and it's not that I didn't know that I was doing it when I did it, but it's still very irritating nonetheless, because I just barely tipped over that 30% max excursion rule, and they hit me with this. And pretty much what that means is they handicapped all the profits that I made for that day and for the profits that I have in my account, essentially. And on this account, I've only traded a total of like 3 days, but I'm up like 4 G's on this account, which is not unheard of. It's kind of hitting my average for the day, but it's just really frustrating to spend that time, kind of looking at the market and feeling like you got really good trades and feeling really confident about your trades, and then seeing them pay off only to get handicapped and be like, oh, well, sorry, all that money that you just made, yeah, you can't have it until you do all of this. The good part about this, looking at the glass half full, is even though my profits are kind of locked up, so to speak, I can still get them. I just have to have 2 payouts first, and then I can start accessing those funds, which is, it's the plan anyways. It's just more frustrating than anything, because it definitely made me rethink my idea of what I want to do with Apex, because my original plan was to kind of max out the accounts, because they give you 20 accounts, and I still very well may do that, but I think it's definitely going to be more of a scaled back plan where I'm looking for payouts from them to do that versus using my own money out of my pocket to do that. Because really what this means is when you start off, you only have a $750 account, and you're paying the same amount that you would at like Top Step or any of the other firms to get a $2,000 account. But with that 30% excursion rule, you really only getting like a $750 account to start with. And the way they do it, they let you kind of build it up, and then once you double your drawdown of that 2,500, then you can get up to 50%, and then as you get more payouts, then that rule goes away altogether. So it definitely is something to get around. It's just more of a irritation and kind of one of those traps that a lot of the prop firms use to make sure that you don't get to a payout, or if you do get to one, you stay in the negative in terms of having more accounts that you bought than more profit that you've taken out, because they know that the chances of someone getting 1 payout, let alone 2 or 3, is pretty low. So my goal, I think now, is to pretty much say F you to all of the prop firms and take as much money out of them this year as I can, and kind of beat all of these rules that they have and still take out some money this year. So yeah, so the plan has not completely changed, but definitely modified for sure, because if I get another Apex account, it's going to be with money that I withdrew from them. So I only have 1 Apex account at a time, unless it is bought with money from Apex. So that is a very, very long-winded explanation of how my week was pretty good and then ended pretty shitty. But it is what it is. That's kind of why I'm doing this and why I'm spending, I don't know how long I've been recording for, about 10 minutes explaining in detail all of these little things, because I wish that someone would have told me little things like that when I first started. Because when you're first doing this and you're looking at, even if you've been trading for a while and you're just starting to do a prop firm, and you see that you can get $2,000 for, $100, it sounds great on the surface, and some people don't even look further into it, and they're just like, oh man, well, I didn't really realize that, yeah, even though it's a $2,000 account, I'm really only getting $750. And even smart people overlook this stuff, and it's not like you're an idiot. And I'll be the first to admit that, shoot, I overlooked it. It's not that I didn't know about it, but I didn't really think about it in the sense that, well, this is really a $750 account. I just thought, like, okay, cool, don't break that rule, and but it's kind of one of those things where you have to really understand the way that they're doing the rules in a number sense versus kind of like looking at it in like a, oh my god, I got 2,000. So yeah, I'm kind of rambling on, but that's my plan for the week, guys. I'm looking for a range and I'm looking for pops off of these levels of support, and hopefully, maybe not this week, but sometime in the near future, I'm thinking we're going to definitely come back up and retest these all-time highs and hopefully make new. So I hope this helps somebody. I will try to stream live this week, and I hope somebody tunes in and gets some value from it. I will see you in the next one, peeps. Peace.